Well, just because I know how much you love milestones, career win number 500 for you. Pretty good one.
I guess so. I didn't have any idea. That's awesome, but I just told the guys in the crowd, I think Tevin Tucker's been here for all 500 of them, I think. But, yeah, that's cool and all, but I don't believe I've ever won a game. It's just the players that win the game. I've lost a lot, but I don't feel like I win the game. But all I care about at this point is 501, to be honest with you.
Windiest game you've ever played in?
No, there's been a lot more than this. We actually canceled a game in Lubbock last year because of wind. Knew it was going to affect the outcome a little bit somehow. You know, Braden Berry, tough play in center with the ball blowing in that he dropped, and then he comes back and makes a great catch to end the inning. But, yeah, it was definitely going to affect it. We knew the ball would be flying out to left field, but I think JJ's homer and all the homers that were hit today, I don't know that they wouldn't have been homers if there was no wind. They were all hit pretty good.
Can that affect a player a little bit, though? And do you say anything to him about him? Say, hey, don't get caught up in just trying to hit one up into the wind?
Yeah, I told him before the game, hitting's hard enough. You know, if you're trying to dictate how you hit based on the weather conditions, that never works out for you. So we just attacked the pitcher the way we were going to attack the pitcher, and the result was a couple of homers.
Did the 4-run eighth make the decision to go back with Traxel easier in the ninth, or was that his regardless?
No, he was going back out there regardless. He only threw like 110 pitches. That's like taking the day off for him. Somebody asked me about his pitch count. I said I could care less about his pitch count. That guy, he gets better as he goes. He's a better pitcher at pitch 100 than he is at pitch 1. So when he pitches a game, he wants to pitch the game, which is pretty cool.
Well, why is that, Coach? Why is he better later than he is, starting out?
He just experience. If you knew his story, it's a tremendous story of how he got where he's at. Just perseverance, just a winner, has heart, and it's pretty hard to teach, and he stays. The thing about the situations that we've been in, the last 4 games have been dogfights, and we've won the last 3 because our veteran guys stay calm when the situation gets tense. And that's how you perform. That's how you shoot free throws at the end of a game when the game's on the line. If you get sped up, then you can't perform. So we practice that a lot in the fall and in the spring, and we teach that a lot. And you can see guys using those skills to step up with the game on the line.
I got to ask you now with Traxel's story. I mean, what is it? I mean, you said perseverance. I mean,
he was as a junior in high school, he was an unrecruited guy, and was getting ready to pitch against the best high school team in the state of California. And the game before Trax's team played that team, a sidearm pitcher beat them, and they had a team full of Division I players. So Traxel said, well, heck, if I want to beat him, I'm going to throw sidearm. So that was the first game he ever threw sidearm and beat him, and became a sidearm pitcher and thought, this might be my ticket to college baseball. And so he became a sidearm pitcher and went to college as a sidearmer. And then when he got there to college, he realized, well, this sidearm thing's okay, but let me see if I can throw from over the top again. So now he throws from all different angles, all different pitches. So you can't prepare for a guy like that.
You brought him here through the portal. Know a guy, or did he?
Well, my former pitching coach, Dave Serrano, coached him at Cal State Northridge. Okay. And at the end of the season, he said, Mays, I got a guy for you. You're not going to be impressed with how hard he throws or his pitches, but I'm telling you, the guy's a winner. So we took him, and he sure has been. The only reason he doesn't have, I don't know how many complete games that is, 4 maybe. 4. The only reason he doesn't have 6 right now is because I took him out twice when I didn't have to. But he could go. He could have thrown 3 more innings. It doesn't matter to him.
You've had some pitchers that will give up a home run here or there, and I know you've said several times you're not going to lose a game on solo homers, but what is the characteristic they share about not letting that bother them or lead to another mistake?
I think just the fact that I say it so much. When I say solo homers don't beat you, if they give up a solo homer, they know that doesn't beat them. So you got to come back and get the next guy out. And every time we've given up a solo homer, that's what we've done. So they do a good job of listening and responding sometimes.
The current trend in pitching today, especially at the major league, is like no one throws complete games anymore, and I don't know if that's a trend or just the way it is. But now you got this kid who's kind of bucking that. So does that kind of add interest to his?
Yeah, it adds a lot to his story. People just these days don't do what he's doing, and I watched that documentary on Nolan Ryan last month, and that was Nolan's mentality. Yeah. So don't you take me out of this game. I came to pitch today, and that's the same way with Traxel. He always comes to me at the end of the 8th inning and says, "You're not taking me out of this game." And I said, "I wasn't even considering it." So, we've been on the same page the whole time.
When you talk about his attitude, a guy like that you say is just a winner, what can that do for the rest of the pitching staff to see that type of leadership?
It's one of the best ways to be good at something is to watch somebody who's really good at something and do what they do. And if you want to learn how to pitch and throw complete games, go do what Traxel does. And that's a great way to be really good. If you want to learn how to hit, go watch J.J. Weatherholt hit and do what J.J. does. And that's one of the best ways to be good at something.
Speaking of J.J., almost the exact same situation in the 8th as he faced in the 9th. They pitched to him again, and obviously he hits the home run. Surprised that they would, pitch to him again after what he did last.
I'll be surprised if they do it tomorrow. Once, twice you try and prove that the first one wasn't a fluke, but now it's pretty obvious that he's seeing the ball really well no matter who they put out there. So if that situation arises tomorrow, I'd be surprised if they pitch to him.
What gave you the idea to flip-flop him and Barry in the lineup? What kind of solidified that decision for you?
Just the fact that you want to get your best hitter to the plate more often. If you look at a big league season, the leadoff batter ends up with like 40 to 50 more at-bats than the 5-hole guy over the course of the season. And so you want your best hitter to hit as many times as he can. So it just worked out that JJ's come up in those unbelievable spots. You never know how the game would go. The game wouldn't go the same way if it was reversed, but it sure is nice to have him come up there. And, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing if Tevin Tucker's not drawing walks right before JJ comes up there. And those are the two biggest at-bats other than JJ's. So the last 2 days is the walks that Tevin draws, so they can't walk JJ. If Tevin makes an out, it's easy to put JJ on empty base, but it's hard to push two guys up 90 feet. So Tevin's just showing tremendous leadership at the plate, and who would say a walk is the best at-bat of the game, but that's what leadership does. That's what a point guard on a basketball team does. That's what leaders do.
Out of curiosity, at the beginning of the year, when those lists come out and stuff, all Big 12 preseason stuff, JJ's not on there. Was that something you talked to him about, or do you think he even noticed or cared? Or?
I guarantee he noticed.
Okay, yeah.
They're on social media way more than I am. Yeah. I don't notice things like that. I don't keep up with hitting streaks or records or any of that stuff, but I think the kids do. So it's a pretty big mistake to try and motivate JJ more than he already is. So, and I've always said when they picked a preseason poll, I love being picked last. If you give us a reason to be motivated, then we'll play better. So, I think that's stuck with them a little bit.